never hurt my family again!
Behold! Optic blast!
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Everybody knows that song. That is a classic. That is a classic song you got there, and I've already screwed up already. Anyway, we're back at it. So, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. This is Leroy, aka Mentat Mentality, with my co-host.
Oh, that's a good one. This is
Hey.
Eli, aka
AKA David.
aka living room mosh pit. There you go.
There you go. That sounds dangerous. So, yeah, and also want to give a shout out also to our third co-host, the AI.
We should give the AI a name.
We should, but I'm scared to give it the wrong name because it might kill us. You know. Anyway, all I know is that every day the AI is giving us one step closer to the Butt-Hitlerian jihad. So, yeah. I see you, Eli. I even though you blanked out, I know you just gave me that look. Guess what? I wasn't joking. I'm on chapter 6 right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn,
Let me put
man.
you. I'm just bullshit. I'm just saying.
You learn on?
Yeah. Hey, am I cheating if it's an audiobook?
Hell no. Fuck that.
Okay,
shit.
but here's the thing. Okay, it makes sense because I'm doing it on my commute to work.
Yeah.
I'm popping in there, and hey, it's there. So
Yeah.
I'm catching everything that's going on. I'm catching all the little things like, oh, okay, they did this, did that. We're talking about Doom. For anybody that don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah. No, audiobooks are fun. If you read like especially Star Wars audiobooks, because they got all the sound effects.
All the
and
sound
shit.
effects. Yeah.
But they do take way longer to get through. Like I could
Yeah, they gave me a time on how long it was like, okay, 25 hours. So I have 23 hours left to go.
yeah, it's it could take longer to listen to somebody read and shit. Whereas like, damn, I could have been done with this shit by now.
Yeah, could have been done with it by now. But like I said, it's on my commute to work. It's calming, relaxing, and then I get there. And man, when I get to work, I'm like, I'm into it. And then I'm finally at work. So yeah.
Then you're gonna get all political and like we need different forms of energy.
Right. So, but anyway, let's get back to the podcast. Because something happened, Eli, that I told you we were gonna talk about it, and you didn't watch it, but we're gonna talk about it anyway.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
And it's crazy because your team won and is advancing to the next round.
That's what I hear. Everyone's talking about it up here.
Yeah, they beat the defending champs, the people that were favored for this year. So the hardest people they're ever going to play in the playoffs, they beat them, which means your team has a clear shot to the NBA championship.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, like I said, they still have a few more teams to go by, but the teams that they have to play next, people are pretty much already saying like, well, if they already beat the toughest team, they should be able to beat these teams. But you never know. You never know.
It is Minnesota. I shouldn't say that.
But no, you're saying, but the thing is, like, your guy is supposed to be the baby face of the NBA coming up. Like, they're promoting him very hard.
He's gonna be on the Wheaties box and shit.
Everything. He's gonna be everywhere, selling underwear, selling Gatorade, everything you think of. Your guy is gonna be selling that stuff.
Gonna be banging the Kardashians and shit.
All of them. That's just take your pick. Yeah, they're gonna just show up.
Everybody. The mom too.
The mom too. The dad. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. Let me stop.
Oh shit.
Anyway, next topic.
Well, yeah. Well, if I was a basketball fan, maybe I'd care. I'd be more receptive to this information.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, let me ask you this. I mean, have you seen any different, like in traffic or anything like that, or?
No, I've seen people a lot of like. I gotta say, I do. I might get me a Timberwolves hat. because I do like that logo.
Okay, so you're at least saying that. I didn't know if like you saw difference in track and play. 'Cause like I said, when I stayed in Atlanta, and anytime the Braves went to the playoffs, or the Braves had like a big game, traffic was insane downtown. So
Yeah, well, I'm in St. Paul, and the Target Center's in Minneapolis, and
gotcha.
Minneapolis is a pain in the ass. I was in Minneapolis like last week though, but yeah, it's a pain in the ass. One-way streets, you can't park anywhere. It's a pain in the ass. I get right away. Right when I get into Minneapolis, I start fucking swearing and shit.
Okay, so the NBA playoffs is affecting your life to a point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I remember you telling me that the game was. I tried watching a game the other night, but it wasn't on Max, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right, I think it was on ESPN that game.
Yeah, and then you telling me that the game was on the other day, I was like, okay, maybe I will take a look at it. And then I forgot, and I ended up watching Doctor Who.
What the hell, nerd?
Yeah.
What kind of podcast is this?
It's like, oh, and then everyone's telling, yeah, Wolves did it. They're all like, ow, they're all, doing the howls online and shit.
Right.
Oh, I guess they yeah.
They were losing by 20. They were losing by 20. So we thought the game was over. Then it came out of nowhere. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, but anyway, y'all didn't come here to watch. This is not the sports bullies.
Yeah.
And don't spoil episode 4 for me, Eli, if you caught it, because I haven't watched it yet. I'm watching it tomorrow.
Episode 4. No, I only watched the first 2. I only saw the Christmas episode and then the booger monster one.
Yeah, that one. Okay. So y'all caught it, but episode 4 dropped Friday. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So what do we got here? I can't see this. You got your glass on, Eli?
No. Oh, it's Jake. Oh, Jake's in the house.
The
Oh, Jake.
Your prodigal son returned.
Yes.
We're still alive. You're still alive. We didn't know.
Return of the King.
Oh shit. Okay, time to bring the podcast out. Okay, because we got to pay our respects. We got to pay our respects. So we got to pay our respects because we just had a passing this week to screen legend Dabney Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can I say something insensitive, Eli?
Go ahead.
It's never stopped me before, huh?
Yeah. Wait, you need permission? You need my permission?
I thought he already was. I'm just saying. I know I shouldn't say that, but I figured he was already. But yeah.
Well, he hasn't been active in a while. Like
I figured he retired. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're from the '80s, like we are, if you grew up there in the '80s, this guy was in like all the movies.
Yeah.
Like he was always the asshole in all the movies.
Asshole. Okay, I'm glad you said that, Eli. Here's the thing, because anytime I hear Dabney Coleman's name, I know you think about one movie, but the movie. Let me guess. Do you know what movie I'm thinking of? I know you already know what movie I'm thinking of.
9 to 5?
9 to 5. There you go.
Okay.
Because you know me. You know me so well. So that's the first thing I thought about 9 to 5. Anybody don't know anything about 9 to 5? Classic movie. Go watch it.
Saw it in the theater. That's how old I am.
Oh, damn. I saw it on HBO, I think. But yeah. Anyway, he was such an asshole in that movie. That's all I can think about anytime he's on screen. Just how he treated Dolly Parton and Jane Fonda. And who's Lily Tomlin? Yeah,
Lily Tomlin. Yeah, there you go.
So the way Eli, you have no idea how many times I watched 9 to 5.
Well, what's funny about that movie is like that shit is like people get Me Too'd for what he was doing in that movie.
You couldn't make that movie nowadays.
And that was comedy back then.
That was comedy, and it wasn't just him getting Me Too. The women were trapping him. So if you want to, let's not, because we really in trouble here. 9 to 5 canceled. How about that?
Yeah, he was basically the asshole in every movie. He was in War Games. He was in, like I said, it was funny. I watched Cloak and Dagger the other night.
Jake knows 9 to 5. What?
Oh, well, he's the boss.
Yeah. Okay.
He was the asshole boss.
Yeah.
You remember Modern Problems with Chevy Chase?
No.
Where he got the superpowers? He got like the superpowers and shit. It's hilarious. Anyway, he was the asshole in that.
Asshole and everything. Okay.
Yeah, War Games. You remember that Dragnet with Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks? I
do remember that. Yeah.
And he played that like that porno mag. He was like a Larry King. Not Larry. What's the guy who did Hustler? Larry. Anyways, he was like that guy. He was like he was like a publisher of a porno mag. He was actually really funny in that movie.
That was a funny people. I love that movie. I don't know why people hated Drag. You know why people hate Dragnet? Because it was like a parody comedy. They wanted like an actual, the show.
A faithful adaptation.
Right. They want a faithful adaptation of that. So yeah.
But yeah, I watched Cloak and Dagger the other night with Elliot from E.T.
Yeah.
Where he's like he was like this kid gamer. He was all into games. He was into video games. He was into like board games, like role-playing games, like Dungeons and Dragons. And he played this game called Cloak and Dagger, not to be confused with the Marvel comic. But it was and it had Jack Flack, which he was like a secret agent, like a James Bond, Nick Fury kind of guy. And Dabney Coleman played Jack Flack, and he was like an imaginary friend. He was the kid's imaginary friend. He would talk to him.
Oh, so he wasn't real?
No, he wasn't real.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah. But then he, the kid finds some secret like classified info inside a video game cartridge, an Atari cartridge, and then he's got like assassins trying to kill him throughout the whole movie. So yeah, rated PG. It was a kid's flick in the 80s about assassins trying to murder a child. Rated PG.
That's why we're all fucked up, man.
And I was watching that shit, and I'm noticing how like twisted that shit is. Like the kid's like getting chased by the killers, and what the guy's got an Uzi. He's like, I'm gonna shoot you in the belly, and then I'm gonna blow off your kneecaps, and I'm just gonna watch you die. He says this to a little kid. Rated PG.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you watch more Dabney Coleman movies than I had. Like I said, I can't get past that one movie he's been in. It fucked me up. Now, can we talk about Dolly Parton for a second?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Not for just a second.
You pulling out your Doom popcorn bucket? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, because Jake wanted me to review that Beyonce country album. I did. It was cool. It's all right. Best song I like on there was the remake that she did with the Dolly Parton album. Now, I want to say that Jolene song, which she made in 1974, the song is about a woman named Jolene stealing Dolly Parton's man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Dolly Parton wrote that song, this is what she looked like. So you telling me Jolene stole her from her?
Yeah.
What the fuck did Jolene look like? That's what I want to know, if she was scared of her. So that's all I got. I just wanted to get that out of the way. what we got? I did it for you, Jake. That's you. All right. So
Voice of Principal Prickly?
Prickly. That is a cartoon from something that I think we're too old to know what the fuck.
Yeah, sorry, we aged out of that.
I've seen that before. He was the voice of a thing, but yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm glad you do. So yeah. So yeah, rest in peace to
good journey.
Okay. Now, you want to go to some more bad news?
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about Madam Web. I'm disappointed in everybody because Eli, guess what was the #1 movie on Netflix this week?
Was it Madam Web?
It was Madam Web.
Okay.
We're not gonna make it, Eli. As people, we're not gonna make it. Y'all, I hate y'all, man. Y'all made this movie #1. Y'all made it trending topic on Twitter and shit like that. Why? We everybody has told you the movie's bad. People bigger than us have told you it's bad. We have told you it's bad, and y'all went and saw the movie just to say it was bad anyway. And what are y'all complaining about? Why? Why are y'all doing that? You just let it go. And you know what? It is that. Shout out to AK David. I don't know if you listen. That is AK David.
Okay. What up?
All right, we had a previous conversation before the podcast, but we're here now, so don't worry, we have to. But here's the thing, Eli. The biggest sin of Madam Web was what they did to Sydney Sweeney.
What did they do?
That's what they did in the red carpet, right? This hurt the movie. What the fuck? I'm like Batman. Where are they? Anyway, let's see what Jay got. I can't read any of that. To be fair, it's a
good Zartan. Does that say? I got it.
You know what? These comments are better when we can't read them. We just make up our own words to them.
Is that misspelled? I think I know what he's talking about.
Okay, because I think it sounded like Lotion Flick, and I'm like, what movie are you watching? Okay.
But he spelled it wrong. Low ton.
Okay, yeah, that's what. Okay, so we're both thinking the same thing. Okay, yeah. Moving on past that. Okay, I watched TV show.
Did you?
Yeah, we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna talk about the season finale of X-Men.
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So Eli, did you see it?
I did.
Oh damn! I was hoping you didn't, so I can spoil it for you. But anyway,
well, to be honest, I did. I watched all 3 in a row, and so by the finale, I was kind of checking out.
okay. So,
But I did get the gist. I
Okay.
did get the gist of it.
Okay. So for everybody that didn't watch this show, basically this ending was a large action scene. They wrapped up the storyline from the beginning of the series season, and they teased the second season. So yeah, there you go. That was it. Like I said, bunch of bam bam action shit flying around, all this shit like that. So yeah, that was it.
I gotta say, I was a little disappointed when, in the whole Wolverine adamantium shit. That
You thought they were gonna like do something with it, or
well, like I've seen the panels, all right. I've seen the still images already.
Mhm.
So that's all it was. It was like a still image, kind of,
Yeah.
and then it cut to, and then it just ended, and I was like, that's it. I wanted to see like movement,
some
man.
other shit, right?
Yeah, I wanted to see actual movement. and
I know
shit,
you wanted to be hard.
I wanted gore. Yes.
You wanted gore, right? You wanted
Yeah.
So no, they didn't do any of that. This isn't Invincible. This is still just
Yeah.
all right. So
But no, I thought it was. I mean, yeah, it was fine. All the Marvel came. You got to see the Avengers and shit. Doctor
the Avengers
Strange
show up.
and shit.
Okay, let me see. Jackson season 2. Any date? No, because they're not done with season 2 yet. They're still working on it.
Probably a
almost
year. It's usually about a year.
Probably a
usually.
year. I think they said a year, but they haven't like put a stamp on it, a day on it. Because like I said, they're still.
Well,
working on
dude
it.
got fired, so
He got fired. So yeah.
and he was right. He wrote all them shit. So
Yeah. So, but he already wrote season 2. Season 2 is done.
oh no shit.
Yeah, so basically they said they're going to continue on with this. So season 2 is going to continue on with that, but season 3, which they've already greenlit, they get another guy. So yeah, so we're gonna see. But he said he already knows having season 2. They're gonna keep going. They may change shit, but hey, who knows?
But yeah, they sort of set up like where motherfuckers are in the future. Because like in the what I do remember in the old cartoon. Is that Forge and Bishop were homies in the future or whatever, and all those Days of Future Past episodes.
Yeah, he was like a mentor, and now he's like, I don't know you will, and all this.
Yeah, so they set that up and shit, and they found baby Apocalypse in the past. And
yeah,
Kid Cable or whatever.
Kid Cable, yeah. Nobody likes Kid Cable. I'm the only person that likes Kid Cable.
Yeah,
but you know what? If anybody like Cyclops and Jean got a happy ending for X-Men. They got a happy ending.
And speaking of happy ending, did you see that ass shot, that back shot of Rogue? I did notice.
Yes, damn it, Eli. You should have said something before because I would have got that shot for you. So all the people complained about it. They gave you what you wanted.
Return of the King.
Right. You want an ass shot? They gave you an ass shot. Yeah.
Like close up this time. This was like this is right off. Yeah, I got my my 42-inch screen or 52-inch screen. That shit was like front and center.
Right, like here, you horny motherfuckers. Here, Rogue's ass, it's back.
Yeah, yeah. There you go, assholes.
You're right. Oh yeah, but yeah, honestly, Eli, I'm sad to see this show go because the main thing it was like a water cooler moment. It became a social media moment. Everybody's got to talk about it. Like, here's the thing, Eli. One thing I've realized because we talk about this show all the time: Superman, X-Men, Batman, all this shit like that. The shit for us never really goes away. But for other people into this shit, like when they don't see an X-Men property or a Spider-Man property, for them it goes away. And then it's back now. So this is like, oh, X-Men's back, X-Men back. But in my mind, like X-Men never went away. What about Krakoa? Nobody gives a fuck about Krakoa. That's just us, So hearing them talk about it, I could talk about X-Men in public and people going and stuff like that. Although I do hear a couple of people in there, okay, for you comic freak motherfuckers, don't bring your ass in this post saying, well, actually in the comics, shut your ass up. Because they just want to just talk about the show. That's it. And I'm fine with it. I'm cool with that. Everybody can enjoy the show how they want to. So
well, yeah, it's like it kind of put Marvel back on the map. Like people were digging Marvel shit again.
Yes, because people have been shitting on Marvel for since the pandemic started.
For the past 4 years.
Yeah. So this is like the first win Marvel had in a while. So yeah.
And I must admit, I mean, even though I'm not the biggest X-Men fan, and I didn't watch it every week. I did fall behind a couple times, but I did enjoy it most. I mean, I never watched season 2 of Loki, or but I liked it more than a lot of them shows.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Man, like I said, I was waiting for them to stick to the landing, so I can firmly say that this is the best thing Marvel Studios has put out this decade. I can say that. Now, keep in mind, I said Marvel Studios, not Marvel, before you whip Blade out, whip my ass with it. I'm not...
Blade, what has Blade done this decade?
Oh yeah, he ain't done shit either. So, yeah, and probably won't do shit. They're waiting for us to forget, Eli. That's what it is. So I firmly think this is the best thing that Marvel Studio has done. Easily the best thing the Marvel Studio has done this decade. And honestly, I think it's one of the best things to come out of Marvel Studios. Period. It's up there. Yeah, I mean, you got your Infinities, you got your Endgame, stuff like that. When you start going down a list, it's in there. Like if I make a list, it's in there.
And as far as like the TV shows, it's probably
it's above Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, WandaVision. I mean, I dug on WandaVision. I did dig on Falcon and Winter Soldier. I thought it ended it could have been a little longer, but I mean, out of all their TV shows,
correct, Jake. You've been hanging around us too long.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the better ones. Like I wasn't into Moon Knight. I wasn't into Loki. I didn't watch Secret Invasion. So,
you do yourself a favor, but not.
Yeah, Ms. Marvel, like it was you know what I mean? It was all just everything's just been
Mm-hmm.
This was actually pretty cool. And I'm like I said, I'm not the biggest X-Men fan, but I was able to follow. Like who is it? The guy, the Sentinel, the Super Sentinel guy again. What's his name?
Not Nimrod.
Nimrod. Bastion. Yeah, that dude was pretty ill. I was like, damn, this motherfucker. What the fuck is Sinister doing? Like, helping this guy.
Like he's just a henchman. Yeah.
You dumb fuck. What are you doing? So yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. I got into it. I was, I don't think I'm going to start reading X-Men. I don't think I'm going to deep dive like you.
Right. we know the rule of the podcast. If Eli says it's all right, that means it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm sure X-Men fans seem to like it,
Yeah, and the thing I like about it, because this is the most purest X-Men you can get outside of the comics. Like the movies never did it, that old show never did it. This did it because people are finally understanding what X-Men is all about. Yeah, we want to talk about the racism, cool. Homophobia, homophobiaism. That's not a word, is it?
Homophobia.
Homophobia. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going down the wrong track here, but yes, homophobia. They want to talk about
homophobicness.
Homophobicness. Estics, but yeah. Okay, so we want to go down that road. Okay, that's cool. But none of that is what makes X-Men popular. What makes X-Men popular, and people have finally figured this out, including you, Eli, is the soap opera. That's what people are finally figuring out about the X-Men. It's a fucking soap opera. Everybody is fucking everybody, or they're related to everybody, or both. Cable is his own grandfather. That's how this shit works.
Yeah. It's all like Cyclops' dad's a space pirate,
right?
Fucking, Xavier almost fucking married a space chick and shit.
Some space bird chick or some shit. Meanwhile, his friend Magneto, is
hey, I fuck these X-Men. I'm gonna go get laid in space.
Right?
Y'all,
that bird bitch. Will you sit here with me?
It's Storm and Forge.
Right. Even this panel right here, it just. They want you to think things. They want you to think things. They do shit, man. And they do shit on this show. Like when Cyclops was blasting Bishop from the back, and then powering him up and shit like that. And then they thank each other afterwards. They want you to think shit like that.
Yeah.
So, but that's what the X-Men is. It's messy. It's just what it is. So, and it's an introduction for people if they want to deep dive to like that. And another thing, like these storylines, and if there's one bad thing about what the show was doing, it was just flying through stories. Like Genosha was one episode, Inferno was one episode. Like, damn, y'all just slow down. So I want to see what they do for second season. So we kind of gotta wait for that. Wolverine
just stuck in the friend zone. And I can fuck this. If I gotta fuck Cyclops to fuck Jean, fuck it.
Then I will.
Then I will.
Do what I have to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you did see the morph scene when he admitted his love for they admitted their love for Wolverine.
Yeah, well, I thought it was funny in one of the earlier episodes when Morph turned into Jean at the
Yeah.
bar.
Right. What he it's all subliminal. It's subliminal. He wants Wolverine to fuck him. So yes, so I'm gonna look like a hot chick till eventually Wolverine will get the idea.
I thought that was funny. Yeah.
So he's repeatedly doing it. He's trying to tell him, like, damn man, you can't catch a hint. He was just fuck. Anyway, but yeah, that's all we got. So I'm gonna move fast. I think we talk. Honestly, I didn't want to talk about X-Men 97 that long. I just want to just talk about it. That's all. So I'm just gonna miss the water cooler conversations that we had. That's the main thing we're gonna miss about the show. So yeah. Moving on past that, now we can talk about oh yeah. Let's talk about Sydney Sweeney again. Because I've noticed, Eli, anytime we talk about Sydney Sweeney, our algorithm goes up.
We'll put that picture up then, whatever we're talking about.
Hold up. I'm just gonna throw a picture up. How about that? It don't even matter. Look, we're about to talk about shit. I forgot where I put it. I don't know what I did. I'll find it. It's here somewhere. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Sydney Sweeney. The reason we're talking about Sydney Sweeney is because Sydney Sweeney has a new movie coming out.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. Is this it? Close enough. It'll work.
That works.
Yeah, it'll work. Yeah. So yes, she has a new movie coming out. The movie she has coming out is called, well, hopefully, Eli. You know it, Eli. Jake might not know it. Barbarella. It is a movie from the 60s. Now, here's the thing about Barbarella. For a lot of people that don't know, Barbarella was based on a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was starred Jane Fonda at the time when everybody loved Jane Fonda because it was the 60s. And before the 70s when everybody hated Jane Fonda, but we're not going to get into all that. We're going to leave that alone. But yeah, so it was based on a Jane Fonda movie back in the 60s where she was like this sex icon. And that's what Barbarella was. Barbarella was always that's a sex icon. That's Diana Ross, wrong button, but yeah. Right button, I guess, but sex icon right there. So Barbarella, and they're still making Barbarella comics also to this day. So they got who else? Sydney Sweeney. Oh, I was gonna say, guess who? Hey, James Gunn, we're giving you a free idea right now. Sydney Sweeney ain't doing shit after she do this movie. There you go. You're making a Supergirl movie, so yeah, do that. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get that that image. So yeah, so she's gonna make a new movie, gonna make that. But here's the reason why we should get excited, Eli. Besides the weirdos is getting excited for this movie, we can admit we're excited for this movie now. Why? Because they just announced that Edgar Wright is directing it.
Yeah. So it'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah. So before, when I heard that they were making a Barbarella movie, you know what I had in mind? Barbed Wire. That's what I was.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be that. Okay, so yeah. Can we talk about Barbed Wire for a second?
Sure.
You know, I had
that was a comic book too.
That was based on a comic book also, starring a Big Titty Blonde. So yes, but that didn't go too well also. And I think it should have went better. The reason because Eli, when I watched Barbarella, the first thing that popped in my mind was that it was based on Casablanca. It was the same plot. I was like, and they were even taking dialogue from it.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the plot.
Nobody was. I think I'm the only person on the planet that have both watched Casablanca and Barbed Wire
in one night.
No, because I just remember Casablanca. I seen Casablanca like years ago, so like that, and I was watching Barbed Wire, and I was like, why does this movie seem so familiar? And then when she started saying certain shit, like play it again, Sam, I was just like, wait, what? They're remaking one of the greatest movies of all time. So yeah, so there you go. That's your trivia right there. Barbed Wire was a Casablanca remake. So that's real. Barbed Wire is real cinema. So, yeah. What do we got?
The thing about, and also, and now that I think of it, that was probably the Barbarella of the 90s.
That was the bar, because that's all they would do. They just wanted to just get a blonde chick and do some sexy shit, and that's it. They really didn't care anything about it. So that's what they're doing now. But if you put Edgar Wright in the movie, now you're making a real movie. Like I said, for those who know who Edgar Wright is, you obviously you're not a film buff like we are. But like I said, he made some great movies. He made that what do you call it? The Cornetto trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's made all those
Shaun
movies.
of the Dead.
Baby Driver, which I love that movie. I will go on record and say Baby Driver might be the best 10 minutes, like the opening 10 minutes of any movie ever. I'm putting it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting it in
That's
there.
a bold statement.
Yeah. Also, even though Eli hates Ant-Man, Edgar Wright directed the good parts of that movie.
Yeah, he was supposed to direct that shit. In
He was
fact, he
supposed to direct
storyboarded a bunch of it, you know.
Yeah. But he was working on that movie before Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah. Before the MCU, and then they fired his ass because it wasn't going to go in. Yeah. But the thing about, I remember Barbarella, the original, it had a reputation because it was supposed to be like a risque movie, but for the 60s.
But it was rated PG though.
Yeah. And so I remember like, watching it, you know, like renting it at the video store, like when I was a kid, thinking I was going to see, you know, titties and shit. And there really wasn't in that movie.
There was. She showed him at the beginning.
Barely. Like I thought it was going to be more.
It was there. It was there.
I was thinking I was going to watch some Cinemax shit. But
I rated PG, but yeah.
Yeah.
They gave you just enough to keep that PG rating. So yeah.
So no, but that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, that'll put asses in seats.
Right.
You know?
So instead of you got those weirdos going to see 1 ticket to the Sydney Sweeney movie, now you can say it loudly. 1 ticket to the Edgar Wright movie, madam. Now you don't have to be ashamed. There you go. So yeah. So now when we review the Barbarella movie, it won't be so weird. So
yeah.
Or maybe it will. I don't know. But yeah. What do we got? What do we got here? Okay. Now we're gonna move on past that. We're gonna move to the Vidja Game section. Like I said, there was some Vidja Game news that is going all over the news. Like Assassin's Creed got a black dude in it, and everybody's freaking the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. I may play.
Is that the samurai, the black samurai?
Yeah, Yasuke and shit like that. And everybody like, get this black dude out of my video game. I'm like, but didn't y'all just watch Shogun the other day about a white dude that was a samurai? You gotta love that shit. Or the Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. Yeah. But put a black dude in Japan. Now you freak the fuck out. I don't know. I'm seeing some weirdness, Glad. That's just me. But anyway, I this weekend I did play some Street Fighter. I want to just throw another Street Fighter match in there. Just see how it goes. And like I said, play Street Fighter 4, so I'm just throw it on there. So yeah, so I lost. So,
I was like, which one was you?
I was the one getting my ass beat. That's what.
Well, someone was getting their ass beat at first, and then
yeah, I was getting my ass beat at first, and I started to make a run, and I made a misjudgment. So I lost, but I just had to post it anyway because I didn't know I could do that move I just did. So yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that being said, we can move on to the next part of the podcast. Like I said, this comic book bullies. We're talking about comic books, and Eli, I'm gonna let you jump to it first. I don't know what you're gonna do first, but let's go for it.
Well, fuck it. Let's just get Doom. Let's just talk about
Doom. Get Doom out the way. Yeah. Let's get Doom out the way. I didn't read it, but I'm gonna talk about it.
All right.
Yeah, because Eli actually read it. So yeah.
Yeah, this is Doom #1, written by Jonathan Hickman and Sanford Green, and I was like, oh shit, I got excited. That sounds dope because we've been reading the Hickman's been back at Marvel, putting out some cool shit, you know.
Yeah, he's been dipping his toe in Marvel lately.
Yeah, and he's been, we're on the Ultimate Spider-Man book. That's cool and shit. I mean, Ultimate Invasion was cool for a while, but his shit's been cool. And I was like, he's back to writing Doom, and he wrote probably the best Fantastic Four stories ever. So I got excited, and Sanford Green is like doing the art. I was like, oh hell yeah! So I was super excited. And then this turned out to be just a one shot, and I got a little disappointed.
Oh damn! Okay, so here's what I want to talk about before you get started. Okay, so that line right there, living on borrowed time.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so that is an MF Doom lyric.
Yeah, from
Accordion,
I think.
Accordion, that's what it is.
Mad Villain. I think it's on the Mad Villain album.
On the Mad Villain track. Great album. Everybody go listen. We recommend it. So yeah. I just wanted to, that's all I got. That's all I got. I'm gonna let you take over from there.
Yeah. So basically this is about, Doom fought Galactus. You know,
What? Okay.
yeah. So it starts out. Doom is all fucked up. He's almost dead. Val and Herbie find him floating in space. He's barely alive. Nurse him back to health. Turns out he built a giant Doom bot to fight a Galactus. Galactus has been going mad, like just went mad with hunger, and he's just eating every planet. He doesn't give a fuck anymore. And so he ends up like killing a bunch of Celestials, and there's this big giant machine called I forget what it's called. It's like more powerful than the ultimate nullifier. It can destroy universe as well as create. And he plans on, killing the Celestials. He does kill the Celestials.
Like
and he's
all of them?
Yeah, and he ends up.
Does Arishem show up?
Huh?
Arishem?
No. He's just everyone's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he plans on destroying, he's eating through his way through the universe. He's just mad with hunger and mad on power. He's just eating his way through the universe. He just kills the Celestials, plans on destroying this universe, creating another universe so he can go eat that universe.
Damn, okay.
So Val and Doom are like, we got to stop this motherfucker. So Val.
Okay, so is Val like still a kid or she's grown?
She's kind of like a teenager,
Okay.
Yeah, she's grown. Yeah, she's pretty grown. Calling him uncle and shit,
Yeah, she's always done that, but yeah.
And they are making references to, Hickman's, Fantastic Four run and shit like that. So she ends up building Doom is like, I need a suit. So she builds him a suit out of all the badass tech. It's got vibranium and magic and all this shit. And so he's going to take on Galactus, stop Galactus. And Val basically sacrifices herself by destroying that machine, that, universe creator thing. She blows up, and then Doom is like, okay, Galactus, let's go. And then it ends.
And it's just a one shot, and that's it. That's all it is.
And it's just a one shot. So now that I'm thinking about it, it is more about Doom sort of coming to terms with his humanity, I guess.
Yeah.
He's sort of accepting his own fate, or doom, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
That because we know Doom is this, this very vain, sort of arrogant.
Talk to yourself in third person.
Yeah, he's been this he's kind of a douchebag, He thinks highly of himself and thinks of himself as a god, then thought being a god was beneath him. That's how arrogant he is. And
Emperor Doom.
Yeah, so it is. So he is sort of like coming to terms with his humanity, and just sort of accepting that humans die at some point, I guess, or accepting his fate. I guess that's what it is.
Mortality. Wait,
yeah. He's not immortal. He is not immortal. So, yeah. So this is supposed to be the last Doom story supposedly Hickman's going to write, I guess, or for now, or this is the last thing, or puts a stamp on his, his whole run with Fantastic Four and Avengers and Secret Wars. Maybe that's what this is. I don't know. But yeah, when I think about it that way, I guess I'll give it give it a better rating. Because when I first read it, I was like, oh man, that's it. Because I thought it was going to be an ongoing.
Right.
Hickman, Sanford Green, Doom. That's going to be dope.
Right.
So yeah. And then we don't get to see the final battle. I was like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, Fantastic, the ending of Fantastic Four, that.
Right.
So yeah, I guess I'll give it I'll give it a 4. Just because I think it was going more deeper than
like once you start thinking about it.
Yeah, once I start
thinking about
it.
Hickman. Hickman, you got to think about his shit for a while. So
yeah, I think it's now that I'm thinking about it, it did. Yeah, I wanted big bang, comic book battle shit, superhero battle shit, and this was more deeper than that. So yeah, I'll give it a 4. But the art, like Sanford Green's art is dope. He did Bitterroot. I hope that movie comes out soon. I haven't heard shit in years.
Right, they've been talking about it forever, but yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Like the art is cool, and and just Doom, the narration of Doom, and then Val just sort of referring to him as an uncle and basically saying I love you. Like she even says at the end, like, you know what? You've always looked out for me.
Yeah.
You've always protected me, and I love you for that, uncle.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was
Val
tough.
has always been Doom's favorite person. Like that's his kryptonite. So
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty touching. So yeah, there you go. The Doom one shot.
cool. Okay, so Doom and Val going around fucking up Celestials.
Yeah.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm waiting till Unlimited comes out, but yeah. And I just want to talk about that MF Doom line. That's all. So yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So next book, first book I'm going to do is Action Comics number. I can't read that. Hopefully you can, Eli. But yeah.
1065.
There you go. Good eyesight. Yeah. Yeah. So we're talking about Action Comics 1065. House of Brainiac Part 3.
Continues.
Continue. They're finally catching up with everything that's going on. And we're usually like in the action books, it's really more about the super family than it's about Superman. But you still got some Superman in there. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about it. Let's just get to it, see what we got. Okay. So what I just do? Did I miss something?
No, you just went to the next page.
Hold on.
No, you cut out.
Am I going? Yeah, I figured I just did something. I messed up something.
I can hear you, but your level dropped.
Okay, what about now?
No, you're still low.
Okay. Am I there now?
You're a little low. Like I can hear you, but you're low.
Okay, I did something. Let me see what I just did. My fault. Technical difficulties. We're good to fix. Let's see. Okay, what about now?
No.
You know what? Boom. We're just gonna go with what we got. Okay.
Well, do you want me to do another book real quick? And if you want to fuck with shit?
Yeah. You go ahead. You go ahead and do a book. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I figure out what's going on. I'm still on.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, you're still on. What did I do? Oh, Mace Windu number 4.
Okay, let me get you set up for that. Okay, Miss Windy. Okay.
So this is a Mace Windu limited series, Star Wars. You know, for those who don't know who Mace Windu is, he's a Jedi Master from the prequels, from the Star Wars prequels. And this takes place before Phantom Menace, obviously. And just Mace Windu basically on a mission, on a Jedi mission to go get this rare, powerful form of coaxium, which is what is fuel for hyperdrives. So this is basically what makes ships go into light speed. And this woman, this like scientist, created this super form of it, this very powerful form of it. So the Jedi are like, and everybody wants this. She basically said, hey, I'll sell it to the highest bidder. So the Jedi are like, we got to get this shit, because we don't want it falling into the wrong hands. So they send Mace Windu to go find her. And so this is the final issue. He's teamed up with her. Meanwhile, every bounty hunter and thug in the galaxy are chasing them. They want it. And in this last issue, this like cult, they're like a cult. And the leader, his name is the Shroud. And they want this stuff because they are anti-technology. They feel like light speed and technology is sort of ruining the galaxy. Sort of like, I guess, sort of environmentalists.
But how do they expect to get around then? They
don't want like travel and, I guess they think that, they're anti-technology. That's all I know. But the leader, he's an ex-Jedi. And he basically, him and Mace Windu face off with each other. And basically he, talks all this shit about the Jedi, how they're losing their way, that they think they know the answers, but they don't know anything. The dark side, the light side, it's all the same shit. It's all just vying for power, that it's all, just religious dogma bullshit. He doesn't believe in any of it, blah, 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 blah. Just goes on this tangent about how the Force is bullshit and Jedi are bullshit and all that shit. And then Mace Windu just goes, are you done? And then they have a battle. They start lightsabering each other. They're dueling and shit. And then finally, Mace Windu throws his lightsaber. Like they're underneath a ship. They're like a sort of like a Millennium Falcon type of ship, sort of like a disc type of ship, like a saucer type of ship. So they're underneath it, and he like throws his lightsaber, and it goes and cuts down all the landing gears, and the ship falls on top of that Shroud guy, and crushes him and shit.
Oh damn. Okay.
And then the girl scientist like, okay, let's go. Let's take off. You know, she jumps into the Jedi starfighter, and right before they leave, or Mace Windu tries to leave, that Shroud guy is still alive. He lifts up the fucking ship.
Oh, so he was using the Force to do that shit. Okay.
Yeah, or superhuman strength or whatever. He just lifts it up, and he's like, "Yeah, die, Jedi," or whatever the fuck. And then the chick in the Jedi ship, she shoots the ship and blows it up, and it has the coaxium, so there's this big giant explosion. So the Shroud guy blows up, and Mace Windu says, "Okay, let's go." They fly off, and like basically, well, I won't say live happily ever after because we know what happens to Mace Windu.
Right.
But the last panel shows the rubble of the ship, that got blown up, the space, all the rubble, and then a hand pops out. So that dude's still alive.
Yeah, I figured that if he can survive all that probably didn't kill him either.
Yeah, and there he is on the cover, the Shroud, the guy with the staff.
The Shroud, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. It was a fun, Star Wars yarn with Mace Windu just being a badass, written by Mark Bernardin, and I guess this may or may not lead. I guess there's a Mace Windu novel coming out this year, so this may or may not lead into that. I don't know, but
I mean, it's supposed to be all canon, so
yeah. So yeah, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. This was fun. I enjoyed this series. It was fun.
Cool. How my levels now?
You're still like a little low, and I got my shit all the way up, right?
Screw it. I'm gonna just do it. I'll fix it in post. Doesn't matter.
Oh, there you go.
What?
You're
I didn't do
good.
shit. Okay.
All of a sudden, or maybe my volume was down. I don't know, but you're good.
I don't
now.
know. Either way, I didn't even do shit. I was just like, oh, just go ahead and go with it anyway.
Or maybe your mic, or maybe there was a short in my jack or something. I don't know.
I don't know, because I did some crazy shit over here anyway.
Because you're loud as fuck now. Let me turn you down.
Oh, yeah, turn me down. Turn me down. All right, so let's go here. Okay, so first book I'm going to do is bloop. Okay, I kind of spoiled it earlier, but we're going to do Action Comics number. What was it again, Eli? I forgot.
1065.
There you go. Okay. My memory's going too. Yeah, so we're doing 265. And like I said, House of Brainiac Part 3. And we're just gonna go to it and let's see what we got. Okay. So book starts off with, okay, so they're in space and they're floating in Brainiac's big brain spaceship shit. Okay, yeah, that thing. And basically who's talking to him? Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is talking to him. Because Lex Luthor has flipped on him because he was on Superman's side. Now he's like on Brainiac's side. He's like, look, I just leave my daughter alone. I have to kill Superman. So, or get Superman or whatever the hell he wants to do. Meanwhile, Superman and Lobo are in space fighting the Zarnians. Lobo's long lost city of people or planet of people. Yeah. Fighting them. They're fucking them up, beating them up and shit like that. And Superman's like, I don't need a bike, man. I can fly. So he's heat visioning their bikes because they can't fly. Taking their bikes. And he's smacking them in the face with their bike, shit like that. And he was like, Lobo, grab a bike, look at the fuck up out of here. And they were like, no, I don't run from a fight. Like, we're not running, we're getting away because all this is a distraction. The longer we spend time fighting these guys, Brainiac is getting away. They're like, fine. So they jump in, boom. Lobo grabs one of their bikes, flies off, and Superman just flies off because he can fly. So meanwhile, Supergirl and I think the Superboy, they have escaped one of the bottle cities, but the thing is, well, the bottle traps, but they're still small, like Ant-Man small. And basically they're telling them to turn around, take a look at that. They got some Brainiac wolf dogs after them, sneak away from them. And they don't have any powers either, So they sneak past because they're so small. And they find Livewire and Parasite. So they free them, so they free them and they try to find, ways to get them. So they're right on top of them. They go to the armory because Supergirl knows enough about Brainiac's ship that she knows where the armory is at. And she feel like whatever it is that can shrink and get us back to normal, it's got to be here. So they find the thing that gets them back there and they find weapons also. Like, so what should we do with this? So they take the weapons and they start shooting Brainiac robots and shit like that. Start shooting their ass, shooting all of them, head towards Brainiac. And Brainiac's like kick the shit out of all of them and take Supergirl for himself. And then he's like, what are you doing here, Argonian? So the reason he calls her that because she's from Argo City. So just referring to where she's from. So I don't want anybody to think that that's like some kind of crazy ass Supergirl nickname or some shit. And she spits on him and And why doesn't Brainiac like kill her or shrink her? We're about to find that out in a second. So he goes down to the bottle city and he expands it to huge, and it's on top of the Brainiac ship's skull. So he has recreated his city, the city of Kolu, and it's just there. You got this awesome shot of it just floating through space, and he's just flying through the city of Kolu. So where his people are, because he was supposed to be the last of his people. And basically, Brainiac is like, so this is the city that I plan to rule, and it is fit for a queen, isn't it, Supergirl? And then Supergirl like, ugh, the fuck? So she's like, I'm out of here. So she takes Luther, and she's like, Luther, what the hell are you doing here? Whose side are you on? Are you on our side, my cousin's side, Brainiac's side, your side? And she kidnaps Luther, and they jump, but then she realized she can't fly. So Brainiac's just like, bring me back my bride. Luther, do whatever the hell you want to him. I don't care about him. And so, yeah. So we go to the hardcore station, which is the galaxy's most ruthless place of scum and villainy, wherever you go. So Superman and Lobo just walking through this place. And the reason they're there, why I got girls winking at Lobo and shit like that. And Superman's like, why are we here? Like, the reason we're here because you need information on where Brainiac is at. And I know a guy that will definitely know what Brainiac has been up to. And the person they go to is Space Cabbie. Now, this is the old school 60, 70 space dude. And his power is he just drives a cab through space. That's just what he does. You think Marvel space shit is weird? DC space shit is weird. But anyway, Space Cabbie sees Lobo, runs the fuck about it. He like, where you going? And he like spill the guts where he's been. He basically tell him what he's been up to. He like, look, the reason I'm out of here because I see Lobo, because you crazy ass Zarnians have been going around the planets that have superpowers and kidnapping people. He was like, yeah, they hate that. And that's when the Zarnians show up there. They were like, what the fuck? How does Zarnians even find us? And basically, Chakal says, yeah, we tracked your stench. That's how we know you're here. So, and it basically saying like, look, we can do this fight again where you're going to lose, or we can have a side chat and we can team up against Brainiac. And it's when Superman's like, I'll never join you, General Carl. He like, shut the fuck up, Kryptonian. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Lil Cuz over here. So he's trying to make a deal with Lobo. Yeah, because like I said, they're cousins. So he was just like, look, I've heard all kind of stories about you, Lobo. I keep hearing you're the main man, you're the baddest dude in the galaxy. And then other times I hear that you're a fucking joke. So I'm here to whip you into shape because you need guidance. And here's the thing. You want to be lead. Look, I'm getting old. But I need somebody to whip these guys into shape. I need somebody to take over the Zarnians. But none of these guys can do it because they suck. You, on the other hand, you're strong enough to take my spot. But there's only one thing to do it. You have to be on my side, because do you want to be the main man or do you want to be the boss? And he was like, I know what you're doing. And then that's when he looked like he joins the Zarnian side. They're like, cool, you're on my side. So it's only one thing left for you to take over the Zarnian people. I need you to take out the Boy Scout. So next fight, Lobo versus Superman. So we're having another fight with Lobo versus Superman, even though Superman clearly kicked his ass the first time. So I don't know what's supposed to be different, but I don't know.
Or that we'll actually see it.
Or we'll actually see a fight this time. But like, yeah, then we're gonna cut to the next page, and they've already fought. Superman already kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. So I don't know how this is gonna go on, but we'll see. So I guess they're doing this whole, and Brainiac wants to marry Supergirl. That's the weirdest shit that's happened so far in this thing. So
yeah, this is
it's kind of losing steam. Yeah.
I think this issue was a little bit filler for me. Like I've been on this shit. I've been like excited for the story, but I felt like this issue, because last they teased they were getting chased through space on the space bikes,
right?
You know, and they got a little bit licks in, but then they left. So I was all
ran off from them, and
I'm waiting for Lobo to like Lobo out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, and now I guess he's gonna fight Superman now. Like whatever. Okay, sure.
Again, like they already fought. Like
I thought this whole thing was them teaming up to whoop some ass.
Like that doesn't really make any. I don't know. But what does Lobo do anything to make sense? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Hold on, we got some comments we getting.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you. Let's go past that. Let's see. Who is this? Hayden
I need my
Brewster.
fucking glasses.
Taylor Craft for you. Oh, he's talking about the number 1 in 10 million.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we got these type of comments. That's cool. All right.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. All right. So wait. Oh, I think it's a good one because I can't read this one either.
Oh, nice. Cobra Kai or whatever.
No, is that Cobra Kai? Okay, nice. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Slap score on it. 3 out of 5, only because Space Cabbie showed up. So yeah.
Was that a good thing?
Yeah, it's a good thing. I like Space Cabbie.
Okay.
All right. So what we got next?
Yeah. What is my last book?
You got another. You got Heartbreakers or what?
Oh, Heartpiercer.
Heartpiercers. Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This is on. Is it on Image? Or hold on, let me get it. Pull it up. Oh, Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. Okay. Did I write that down? Yeah, there we go. I've got it. I did write it down.
Yeah, Heartpiercer. It's a fantasy, like a dark fantasy tale, written by Rich Dowick.
Is that somebody you know? Or
no, I do not know.
Okay.
And Gavin Smith. It's pretty cool art, but this is like a dark fantasy. You know, if you're into Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, you know, that type of shit. You know, so this woman, like, monster slave. You know, she's going around killing all like beasts, and she kills like the last unicorn or whatever. You
okay.
know?
So it's not like on another planet or shit like that.
No, it's like a fantasy realm, like a Lord of the Rings, like a Middle Earth, you know, sort of, you know, fantasy realm. You know, and she kills the last unicorn, and she's doing it because she's in love with this king, who, you know, she's ridden the world of beasts or whatever, and she basically goes to him and say, "Hey, I killed the last beast. You know, we can get married, we can live happily ever after." He ends up fucking killing her or stabbing her, betrays her.
Oh, damn.
Thank you for ridding the world of the light or the beasts or whatever, so we can take over. So he like must be some sort of warlock or something, because then he brings all these like monsters and shit, werewolves and, you know, demon beasts and shit like that.
Yeah.
And she's like left for dead. But I think like when I think he stabbed her with the unicorn horn. Yeah, she's given him the unicorn horn, and he stabs her with it and leaves her for dead. So I think there's some sort of magic in that unicorn horn. So when he stabs her, she has like some superpowers and shit. So she comes back to life. Okay. And meanwhile, like all these monsters and shit, like orcs and, you know, werewolf monster things are.
It's supposed to be like all those monsters supposed to be like, I think in lore is like they're scared of unicorns, or unicorns can fuck them up. That's why they.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So they're coming and they're like basically, you know, marauding through the land, killing all the villages and shit. And she shows up and like fights a bunch of them and, you know, saves a group of villagers.
Because she's got powers now and shit.
And she's got powers now. And she's like, you know, and they're like, "Thank you for saving us." It's like, "How can we pay you?" And she's like, "Well, you could feed me. I'm hungry." So, okay, let's go back to the village. And that's kind of where it ends. That's where this first issue ends. So I thought it was cool. Like, I'm not sure, like, the actual rules or whatever, or like what, you know, what's happening, but it's all familiar stuff where I can kind of tell, you know, get the gist of it, you know? So, but I like the art. I like the monsters are cool. Like these werewolf, like fucking soldiers are dope. Yeah. I mean, I dug it. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I'll probably check out the next issue, and that'll determine if I'll read the rest of the series.
I mean, it sounds pretty interesting. Our art's look pretty good.
Yeah, the art's cool, and I'm, you know, like I said, if you're into like fantasy shit, like Lord of the Rings and shit like that, you know, dark fantasy shit. Yeah, this is pretty cool. So 4 out of 5. Was that?
Oh yeah, one of those. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We read that guy already.
No, he posted again, but okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. So that's what we got. Let me see. I got another one. What do we got here? Okay. So last one I'm going to do. Let's see if I can get this one in here because I'm going to try to post it. Share the screen. I had to stop that. Then share it. Okay. So we're going to do a retro book. Well, yeah, we're going to do a retro book. I'm going to keep this story going for a while. that
Oh,
Streets of
the
Poison.
Captain America.
Yeah, the Captain America Streets of Poison thing. So we're gonna keep that one going for a while. I did part 1. We're gonna do part 2 of this one. Like I said, still in the 90s. As you can see, Black Widow is on the poster this time, and we also have Bullseye. So both of them are here. And yeah, we're just gonna go to it because, like I said, the last issue, Captain America was caught in an explosion in the meth lab, and that's where it ended. So we're gonna pick up from right there. Boom. All right. So the book picks up. Where? There we go. Okay. All right. So the book picks up where, okay, so it wasn't the Punisher in the van, it was John Jameson in the van that was riding him around. So for those who know who John Jameson is J. Jonah Jameson's son, who was, an astronaut and also sometimes a werewolf. So yeah, that's the thing. Does he have anything to do with the Catwolf storyline? Of course he does, but that's for later on. So yeah, like I said, he just looks up, see a meth lab blows up with Captain America still in it. He like, oh shit, what am I supposed to do? What's protocol? What's Avengers protocol? So he panics and he calls Avengers hotline or the Avengers headquarters like that because he got the name. He was like, look, I need you to send some Avengers over here. Call the fire department, call the SWAT team, call everybody right here. Captain America just got blown up in the building. And who answered the phone? Peggy Carter. So Peggy Carter wasn't doing shit at home, so Captain America hired her to be their switchboard person at the Avengers. So yeah. So she was like, okay, just hold. Let me see if I can get some Avengers over here. So she looks at the list, see if there's any Avengers available. Everybody's either off world on a mission or whatever like that. So you start to call them some reserves. And the only reserve, the nearest one she sees is Black Widow. And Black Widow is in Manhattan, who is also in town with them. Everybody else off there. Also, Captain Marvel, that's Monica Rambeau. She's in New Orleans, just saying it right now. Hellcat, she sucks. That's it. Hercules, whatever. So we're going past that. And she's like, okay, so I'm going to call Black Widow and I'm going to call one other person that's not an Avenger that I know that will come to Cap's aid if I need them to. So she makes a phone call and who answers? Damn, I messed up already. Damn it. Anyway, it's always something, isn't it? Anyway, the person who answers is Diamondback. That's who answers. And I can't give you a picture of Diamondback, but anyway, so I'll just take who it is. Diamondback is actually Cap's girlfriend. That's who he was going to see that night. And I can't see those. If I can refresh this. So that's who was going to see that night. And let me see if I can do that. Load up, you bastard. There we go. Okay. So that's who was going to see that night. And she wakes up. She was just asleep. And she gets a phone call from Peggy Carter saying that Captain America was in an explosion. She just get down there right now because they might need some help. So she's like, oh shit, I need to talk to Avenger. Now let me explain who Diamondback is right now. So Diamondback was a former Surface Society supervillain. So she was a bad guy. But Captain America turned her to the side of good, of America, made her salute the flag, all the shit like that. So she's on our side now. So yeah, so everybody talk about how Batman loves all these psycho supervillains, shit like that. Captain America does too, every now and then, So she gets there like 18 minutes. She sees John Jameson. John Jameson like, I don't know what to do. You're the first person on the scene. The fire department, the fire is blazing so hard they can't even get to it to see if there's any bodies left. And she's upset. She just starts crying. She's like, oh shit, Cap. So she starts crying in his arms. And I forgot to tell you about this. Okay, so this is Low Life. Low Life is the street general on the scene right now, sees that his meth lab is blown up. And what Cap doesn't know that he just actually accidentally ignited a gang war. So he's like, oh shit, you know what? I think the Fat Man just found out what we were doing. And of course, we know who the Fat Man is. The Kingpin, obviously. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. They don't work for the Kingpin. They work for a rival person. So that's what we need to understand. So
is it Bullseye?
Nope.
Oh,
not Bullseye. We don't know who the person is, but we will find out who the person is. Okay. So she's crying in John Jameson's arm because she thinks Cap's dead. And Cap's like, hey, man, get your hands off my girl. Like, what the fuck? And so it like, hell, Cap, and she hugs Cap. She's like, Cap, you're alive. And Cap's just like, yeah. And he just kisses her out of nowhere. She's like, what the fuck? Okay, so here's the thing. This is out of place because it's Captain America. He just didn't go around just kissing chicks, even like for no reason. She's like, what the fuck? Because she wants Captain America to be all true blue, apple pie and all shit like that, not a dude with a raging libido, so, but she plays it off. She's like, okay, Cap, how the fuck did you survive that? She's like, the reason you survived that because when the guy blew up the building, I knew he was about to flick the alarm, so I jumped out the window. But the force of the blast threw me to the next building across the street. and it knocked me out, and I'm just not waking up. That's why it took me so long to get down here. So I actually was in the building that blew me away from the building. You're like, okay, anyway, we need to go back to Vince's mansion and find out what's going on. So they ride off, and when they ride off, who's watching them? The Black Widow sees them riding off. So yeah. So
shit.
who do we cut to? Bullseye stabbing one of Kingpin's secretaries, or about to. Yeah. And Kingpin like, what the fuck are you doing, Bullseye? Why the hell are you even here? And then Bullseye just says to the secretary, see, I told you he was in. I told you what in the meeting. So she was like, Bullseye, get your ass in here. So he goes in there, and Bullseye's like, Bullseye, what the fuck do you want? And Bullseye just asking like, man, why didn't you break me out of jail, man? I've been stuck in that prison for the longest, and you know I'm your number one assassin. And Kingpin's just like, look, if you are my number one assassin, then you would have broke yourself out of jail. Because if you didn't, what the fuck do I need you for? And she was like, oh, and another thing, who the fuck is this ugly ass chick behind me? And he's like, and Kingpin's like, well, that's your replacement, Bullseye. And it's Typhoid Mary.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, Typhoid Mary is there. He's like, Typhoid, can you leave us alone for a second? And Bullseye like, man, I thought you had better taste of women than this, you know. So he's still talking. He's like, what the fuck do you want, Bullseye? He's like, look, man, I want my job back. You know I'm your best guy. And so go ahead and hire me back. He was like, and Kingpin's just like, okay, look, man, fix your teeth, because he broke his teeth to escape jail in the last issue. He like, go fix your teeth, get you a suit, and then we'll talk. And fine. And doesn't shake his hand. He like, get the fuck out. Typhoid Mary like, what are you gonna do with Bullseye? He like, I don't know. I'll figure something out. So yeah. All right. So we're back at the Avengers Mansion, and basically Cap is just like, okay, we need to suit back up. We get back out there. He's like, well, so what's the plan? Don't worry about it. We'll find out there. So Diamondback is seeing that Cap is acting weird, but she didn't realize what's going on right now. We're just gonna go to it. Meanwhile, there's a crack house in Harlem that just got blown up because the rival gang of Lowlife is thinking that Kingpin blew up the meth lab, so they just blew up his crack house. So Kingpin calls Bullseye back in after he got his teeth fixed, and he basically said, look, Kingpin, I got a job for you. Okay. Somebody just blew up my crack house. Also, there's a meth lab that just blew up down the town. But here's the thing. I don't own any meth labs. So somebody is moving drugs in my city that I don't know who's moving drugs. So I want you to do two things. Find out who blew up my crack house, and find out who the hell put a meth lab in Harlem without my permission. And Bullseye's like, what the fuck do you think I am, Columbo? Like, don't you have some dirty cops on your payroll right now? You can hire them to do this shit? Yeah, I do. But I want your ass to go do it. So go find out who took my drugs. Go find out who's planting drugs in my city. And don't bring your ass back until you find out who did it. They're like, shit, fine. So he goes, does his thing. And who's found him right now? Black Widow. She's like, him. Because Black Widow used to bang Daredevil, so that's how she knows who Bullseye is. So that's the thing. Not gonna get into it. And meanwhile, Cap goes back to seeing the crime of the meth lab, because he knows eventually whoever is going back there is gonna go back to the meth lab, because they realize it's a big thing. And Diamond Bitch is like, so we're gonna sit here all night. And Cap's like, okay, look, if you don't want to sit here for the stakeout, take your ass back in the van with John Jameson. And that's when Diamond, okay, look, Cap, you acting crazy right now. Let's find out what the hell's going on. So they decided to fly into the crack house. She's like, look, Cap, we need to have a talk. Before they do it, Cap just jumps off the sky cycle. She's like, wait, Cap, I don't even know how to drive this thing. And Cap's just like, figure it out, while he flies into the thing. And she just barely misses it. She's like, oh, shit, okay. So I finally leveled off. And when she leveled off, that's when she feels someone on the back of the sky cycle. And who is it? Bam, Black Widow. Spits in, and she was like, what the hell you doing with Cap's sky cycle? So she thinking she stole Cap's sky cycle. And now they're about to square off and have a fight. So she kicks her, and bam, Black Widow's like whooping her ass.
She
right
kicks
now.
high.
Yeah, she kicked. It's Black Widow, man. I'll be honest with you. This is one of my favorite Black Widow eras. You know, with the Halle Berry haircut and that suit. But yeah. But anyway,
90s, yo.
It's the 90s, right? Yeah. So you got Captain America is in this meth lab, and he knows because John Jameson just told him somebody just entered the building, but he don't know who it is. So he thinks it's like maybe like a crackhead just wielding the building, something like that. But he's trying to get answers. So he sees a flashlight. So before he goes to inspect the flashlight, he actually makes enough noise that whoever's holding the flashlight, he knows he heard him, but he don't know who it is. So the guy with the flashlight, Bullseye, is like, somebody's here. So he goes on the flashlight. It's like Cap's like, oh shit. Whoever it is because of the flashlight, so they know I'm here. So let me sneak around and get close. So he gets close, and Bullseye knows somebody else is here, but he don't know who's here. It's a cat and mouse game right now. So they don't know where each other is right now. So meanwhile, you got Diamondback and Black Widow smack each other around, and Black Widow is like, okay, this random chick just stole Captain America's bike, so something's going on. Meanwhile, Diamondback is just like, what the fuck? And so Diamondback is like, there's no way you're an Avenger. I've heard you before. You're a KGB assassin. So one, why would the hell would Captain America be cool with you? Two, why would the hell would they let your ass on the Avengers because you don't have superpowers? So she goes smacking ass around. Black Widow still beating the shit out of her. But since they're beating the shit out of each other so much, nobody's controlling the Sky Cycle, and it flies directly into the Hudson River. So, boom, splash. That's it. Meanwhile, Captain America is doing like a kind of Metal Gear Splinter Cell thing, trying to find out where the guy he's looking for. Meanwhile, the guy that's looking for him is looking for him. And he's like, okay. And Cap's just like, wait, why am I sneaking around? I'm
Is
Captain
the
fucking
song
America.
from Ferris Bueller on? Boom, boom,
Oh, yeah.
ball, ball.
Oh, yeah. So, man, Captain America's like, why am I sneaking around? There's probably just some crackhead walking around here. I'm Captain fucking America. Let me just go beat the shit out this guy. So he just decided to stop sneaking around, just goes for him. And that's when he sees the flashlight again. But the flashlight is blinding him. Why? Because Bullseye threw it right at his face. So now he can't see what the fuck going on. So he blocks the shield to block the flashlight. Meanwhile, he doesn't see the shovel headed straight for him because his eyes were blinded. To be continued. So,
oh, man.
Yeah. So next issue, Captain America versus Bullseye. Yeah. So this technically was a filler issue before we get to the real crazy shit. So yeah. But like I said, a whole bunch of shit going on in the background, gang war building up, chick on chick fighting. Bullseye shows up, Kingpin and Typhoid Mary, all this shit, and we still don't know who is really running the meth lab because it ain't Kingpin. So yeah, so it's just building. It's just building from there. So that's all I got from that. So yeah. Shoot, anything
That's
else
cool.
you got? Yeah. So anything
No.
else you got? Or
No, that's it. I mean, I'm booked out. I mean, I read that Action Comics,
Mhm.
Doom, Mace Windu, and yeah, that HEARTPIERCER. Yeah, I just 4 books this week. It was a light week. It wasn't a lot. I was into. I mean, the whole Blood War thing. I'm not going to read all those tie-ins, man.
oh shit, I forgot about that. That's bad.
Like I almost got the Spider-Man one, but I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I was like, no, I'm not going to get.
I started
sucked
to.
down.
Wasn't he fighting Morbius or shit? You know.
I think Morbius was on the cover, yeah, but
I mean,
I was,
if it's a blood hunt, you think Morbius would be somewhere here, but yeah.
yeah, but I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting sucked down the rabbit hole of fucking tie-ins and shit. So
You're right.
so yeah.
So that'd be right.
But other than that, yeah, I'm booked out and shit. So
Okay. So, like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. If you listen more than 30 seconds, we appreciate you. Also, shout out to everybody that clicked on our Instagram page. Our Instagram page is starting to get some clicks, some likes. I think our last one did like 8K. So
wow,
that's
up
rare
there, man.
for us. So yeah, and just let everybody know that it's reading, because I think a lot of people that clicked on that don't even know about the podcast. So no, I did not quit reading X-Men for the rest of my life. I have reviewed some X-Men books recently. So yeah, that was just then in the 90s when I quit. That was it. So yeah, I'm back now. So yeah. Yeah, so next week we'll come up with some other stuff. I finally get caught up with Doctor Who. Ooh, what? Something's gonna happen next week, but I don't know what's gonna happen next week. I gotta look at the schedule. We'll come up with something. Until then,
doesn't Deadpool come out soon or something?
Like next month. Yeah. Wait, next month, like right around the corner.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's Memorial Day next week, so shit.
Yeah, shit. Something happens. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.